Hi everyone. Welcome back to Dave's Top 3000 Songs of the Rock Era. Today I'm up to song number 2436, and that one is Wasted on the Way by Crosby, Stills, and Nash. This came out in 1982, went to number 9 that year. And here's a picture of the single, and it was also featured on their 1982 album called Daylight Again, which has the same picture on it. Looks like UFOs over some mystical temple or something. Pretty surrealistic, but pretty cool. And here's a picture of Crosby, Stills, and Nash around the time they recorded it in 1982. I'll get into them later, but first I'm gonna feature a sample of this song and react to it. So here goes.
Look around me, I can see my life before me, running rings around the way it used to be. I am older now, I have more than what I wanted, but I wish that I had started long before I did. And there's so much time to make up everywhere you turn. Time we have wasted on the way. So much water moving underneath the bridge. Let the water come and carry us away.
Okay, that's a sample of Wasted on the Way by Crosby, Stills, and Nash. I think it's a really pretty song, and I remember when it came out, and it's kind of funny because I guess at the time it came out, that was 1982. I was a sophomore in college at the time, and I guess I liked getting wasted around that time. I had some friends I used to smoke dope with, and they used to say you were getting wasted if you got stoned, and I guess I did get wasted a fair amount. I thought that's what they were singing about. Go figure. But it has nothing to do with drugs. The song is not about getting high. The song is about time they've wasted on the way. It was a personal song for them. And they were just reminiscing about their life. They were saying, we wasted a lot of time. There's so many things we could have done when we were younger, but they say, we're not letting it get in our way. It's not, it doesn't, it's never good to regret what could have been. You just got to keep moving on. They said, we've had a good life. We got a lot more to look forward to. And I think that's a really good attitude for anybody. I mean, I'm sure we've all had regrets about things we could have done in the past. And they say hindsight's 2020 anyway. So don't have any regrets. I mean, Lord knows I have many times in my life, but I just try to remind myself basically what Crosby, Stills, and Nash was singing about in this song. Now, I think that's enough about the song, and I already featured, I think, a couple songs by Crosby, Stills, and Nash. I featured Southern Cross, I think that was number 2540, and I can't remember, I think I featured another one as well. I don't have I mean, I have a pretty photographic memory, but it's not always perfect. But, I'm not going to give a whole profile on Crosby, Stills, and Nash other than to say that they were a very, very successful folk trio. And, sometimes they recorded with Neil Young. He was another really great folk musician. He had a really brilliant solo career. And these guys all started with other bands. David Crosby was originally with the Byrds in the mid 60s. Stephen Stills was with Buffalo Springfield along with Neil Young. They only had one big hit. That was For What It's Worth, which is a really excellent song. And Graham Nash was with the Hollies, a very successful British invasion band that started out in the mid 60s. So they were all successful even before they formed Crosby, Stills, and Nash. And they had a big career later. I mean, they kept performing. I guess they broke up a couple times, but they were performing all the way up until 2015, just about 10 years ago. I don't know if they're all still alive. I haven't looked up all of their bios. If they are, they're all old guys now. But I think they're really great. And anyway, I guess that completes my profile of "Wasted on the Way" by Crosby, Stills, and Nash. So thank you for watching. You guys rock, and I'll see you next time. Bye.